so many. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting you to want to hop up on the bed while I'm hooting and hollering. It's been almost 2 years since I uploaded a video on this channel. I have missed being videos. I haven't missed being in videos because I'm on videos, in videos every day. I've missed this. Lots different, you know? New place, new hair, kind of. I'm growing it out. I've stopped bleaching it. I'm trying to like see what I look like. I actually haven't seen like my full-on natural hair since I think high school, even maybe before that. I don't know. So yeah, new vibes, new lighting equipment a little bit, and a whole new desire to post again. And what better way to kick this off, of course, than with the bajillionth Q&A that I've done on this channel. Do people still say Q&A? Is there a different word or like trendy term that people are saying for you guys submitted questions? Which, by the way, I posted on my community tab and over 1,000 of you commented and asked questions. Some of you asking several questions in one comment. I seriously can't thank you guys enough. I was not expecting that many people to show up and want to be part of this, so thank you. I screenshotted a bajillion of them. I'm gonna try and edit this so that the questions kind of make sense with each other and flow. Another few things, lighting might change, and I don't know if the sound is like incredible, but this whole channel is my playground to really just do whatever the fuck I want, and I do love to create high quality content, but I don't really want to care too much about that on here. I really just want to hang out. I obviously have other updates for you guys, but y'all asked perfect questions to kind of tee those up. So let's get started. New house tour, so excited for you. Yes, we did move, but I'm probably not gonna do a house tour. When people kind of cyber stalk you and try to map out your apartment, it kind of makes you not want to do that. So hope you understand. You'll see this place more and more as we go. Do you think you'll start posting on YouTube sporadically, or do you think you'll create some sort of posting schedule? I'm hoping not sporadically. This channel is very much like my space to create what I want, when I want. I'm hoping at least a video a month, 2 a month if we're feeling good, 3 a month if we're really feeling, 4 a month if we're feeling really good. But also, I'm gonna be trying to make YouTube shorts as well. So if you ever wanna check out my shorts. Bro, when I read this one, it threw me for a loop. It was, now that you've been at Smosh for half its life, huh? Congrats on the upcoming 10-year anniversary. I've been here since your first day. That's crazy. That's crazy. Half of Smosh's life. The question being, do you have any advice or words of encouragement for overcoming fear of judgment and just doing / posting / creating what you want? I need to drink some water after that one. I feel like the most common advice that people give when it's like, hey, have any advice for someone who's trying to make content, is make what you want to make. Because if you're just trying to make what everybody else is making or making what's popular, Mr. Beast and all the Mr. Beast copycats, boo, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I don't care. I don't feel your passion. I don't feel your passion. I don't feel like you care. As long as you're passionate about it, make what you want. And if you're afraid people won't like it, anybody can dislike anything you do or make. It's just inevitable. You can't make something that's perfect for everybody. Why would you? There's a lot of people in this world that I don't want watching my videos. But if it's something that you like, there are too many people on this goddamn rock for there to not be a bunch of people who will also like what you're making. Some things never change, including me burping and picking my nose. Okay. I would love to know what your experience was like as a director for Smosh. I hope you and yours doing okay with everything going on. That's very nice, thank you. My experience as a director at Smosh, it's so interesting how your whole perspective can change, because when I first started at Smosh, I knew YouTube, I loved acting and got to do all those things, and for the longest time I would look at the directors and be like, I could never do that, ever in a million years. Being able to be part of so many days of production, like I don't even know, over a year's worth of hours, learned so much, and then next thing I knew, I was feeling like I could do that. I remember my first time officially being slated to direct a sketch, and people were really surprised by like how I knew exactly what I wanted, how to ask for it. People were really immediately like, you should do this more, and like that was something I never expected. I feel so lucky that we have such an incredibly talented cast, a production crew that has been doing this for so long, is so talented, and we have new people coming in all the time that are also so talented that like I don't worry about a lot of things. It feels really good. I really love doing it, and I hope I get to keep doing it for a long time. And yeah, We're cooking. What is your biggest achievement in directing or acting or something you consider really big? I have cat hair on my mouth. Anyways, I'd say Anthony's Funeral really does hold a high position for me still. Like, directing an entire live show, obviously not entirely by myself, was amazing. The trailer specifically, that was such an amazing experience because I remember when the idea came to my head and just the feeling of that burst of inspiration all the way through writing it out while listening to music, putting together this whole kind of like a vision board, but it was like a deck of all the visuals that I saw for this trailer and for the characters of the show. Like, I was just so heavily inspired, but also felt like I was championing our cast in such a cool way that I genuinely, like, I let myself just go. That was the first time in my entire life where I really truly felt like I was unleashed upon Smosh. The coolest trailer, which still hasn't hit 1 million views yet. I am really proud of it. The hardest part of Anthony's Funeral was the show, and like, I learned so much and I felt like people really trusted me and I knew what I wanted. I had a goal for the show, a mission statement, if you will. Oh my god, I've been ranting for way too long, but that's definitely like the most proud accomplishment, start to finish, Anthony's Funeral roast to date. Who are 3 musical artists you would recommend everyone to go check out right now? What have you been listening to a lot of recently? People probably know this already. I love Oliver Tree. I love Willow. I think more people need to listen to Willow, like full album listen to Willow. I have a Spotify. My name on there is Courtney No, so if you want to ever peep my playlists on there. You've always said you want to direct a music video, which by the way is so cool. Which artist at the moment would be your dream to direct? Oof. It'd probably be like Sabrina Carpenter, but like the directors that she's got on those are so good at what they do. I feel like I would just fart all over her production, you know? Like, I want to do a good job. You know what? You know who might really appreciate my work is Ashniko. I don't know if y'all know her. She's cool. When there was this whole rise of the pop girlies movement, I was kind of sad to not see her rising with them because she's also this like whole other flavor of pop girly and she's freaky. So I feel like she'd like kind of the stuff that I've done. Okay. I really admire your drawing skills. Why did you get into drawing, and do you draw in a specific way or is it all over the place? Last question is, if you paint, what's your favorite piece you've ever painted? I love drawing. I learned from my mom, who learned from her mom, who learned from her dad, who's paintings are here on this wall. My great-grandpa drew like sets and landscapes for cartoons, and my grandma was an animator for Disney for like 40 years. Some of you might know Pixie Hollow. She designed the original characters and she like illustrated all the books as well. That's where I got a lot of like my drawing ability from, but I was never as good as them. Like, I feel like I'm like stunted and maybe I'll get better, but my drawing style I feel like is very stuck and kind of like comic booky. I can't do photorealism or anything like that. Let me see, I actually might have one of my favorite paintings that I've ever made. I think it's in here. My painting somewhere. Maybe I'll put it on the screen or something. Can you do a drawing video someday? I love when you guys draw on Smosh. I would love to see more. I think it actually would be fun to do either a time lapse of me drawing something or like maybe a podcast while painting, like a paint and yap. I might not want to post this in here because I don't want anyone to steal that. A paint and yap sounds amazing. I'm gonna do that. How did your cats become so loving? Were they like that from the start? How have they changed over the years? Bones from the get-go was the most extroverted cat. Shane and I had gone to a cat cafe somewhere in LA. I wanted to meet the cats and really get a vibe for them before taking them home. Bones immediately, like as we were checking into the cat cafe, there's like a glass window between the check-in area and the area where you can hang out with the cats. There's this big glass window and he literally stood up with both of his paws like up on the glass and was like looking at us. When we went into the room finally, he was the first one to come up to us. I think he instantly crawled into Shane's jacket and he was just already wanting to like play and be around us. And then I knew I wanted to get a bonded pair. When I asked the people who worked there, they were like, oh my god, perfect. Have you met this guy's sister? I was like, hell yeah. They took me over to Birdie, who was kind of up on a shelf. She was like curled away and I was like, okay, so she's gonna be one of the more shy ones that wants to be by herself. But I was okay with that because because like I was kind of into that. I've experienced pets with really intense separation anxiety, so that was gonna be like a nice change for me. I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, like not gonna like bother her, and they were like, no, you can pet her. And so I go and I touch her, and she just rolled over and was just instantly like, so happy and purring and like wanted me to scratch her belly. I fell in love with her instantly. This is obviously things are different now, but I was like more excited about Birdie than I was about Bones. Like I just felt a connection with her. It was funny because when we met them, they were obviously wonderful when we met other cats, but I was in this mentality of like when you're looking at apartments where it's like, should we take our time and not adopt and like try another place? Like, how do we feel? And Shane was so confident. He was like, dude, these are the ones. The way that Bones was so friendly to us and so tolerant of us, like I'm probably putting B-roll of all of that right here. They're still their same personality, but probably just more comfortable. I'm thinking about getting a cat after many years of only dreaming about it. So do you have a tip to getting cats? Birdie and Bones seem so happy, and I will do anything to make my cat just as happy. Bones and Birdie were 8 months old when we got them, and they're almost 5 now. Specifically, I got them through Stray Cat Alliance. I think Cat Cafe is great because you get to really hang out with the cats. Those are cats that are in the foster system and they need to be adopted. And they're also in a way desensitized to a lot of things. They're already socialized to other animals, people being around. Girl, you are looking good. What is your motivation? Like on days when you don't want to get up or work out, what is the thing that can get you up or out of that mood? This is something I still struggle with. Like for the past year or two was really struggling with motivation. I think the thing that has kept me working out is like you should have people that will work out with you if you want. If you can't do that, it makes sense. That truly motivated me, is to having somebody else that I'm going to the gym with, and it's like a commitment that like we're doing this. So if they have a friend that you're like, hey, every Tuesday and Thursday we're gonna go meet at the gym at 7 p.m. I've been exercising since I was probably 12 years old. I was running in track. Well, after I think it was only about like a year and a half, maybe 2 years where I wasn't really working out, but I got back into it because someone I was working with was going to the gym. So he was like training to do a cosplay or something. So I would just go with them, and then that got me into the routine. And at the very least, that can kind of decrease the dread of going to the gym, because the hardest part about going to the gym is just getting there. The rest can feel so much easier because it's like, well, I'm here, I should just at least get something out of it. It relieves stress, reduces my anxiety. Unless I drink coffee before, then I am even more anxious while I'm working out. We've learned not to do that. Alyssa has a question. Why did I say it like that? Like why can't I just say things like without a weird like accent? Like why can't I just be serious? Why can't I be genuinely like, why can't I just speak fucking normal? Why do I have to do a British accent? Why do I have to do a Southern accent? And am I in focus right now? We'll answer those someday. How did you learn to love yourself and be confident in who you are? And how do you overcome insecurities? You are amazing and inspiring. That's very sweet. And I have to be honest, I'm really happy that people view me as confident. I feel like sometimes I am. Sometimes it's like almost a pressure of like I'm supposed to be confident, but then I'm like left overthinking so many things that I can suddenly be this ball of insecurity. But I also struggle with insecurities a lot. I care so much about how I'm received or how people feel that I can honestly like shoot myself in the foot sometimes. I have a lot of insecurities. I truly feel like with what I do that I'm not even thinking about like, oh, I have weird knees. I'm not thinking about how I have weird knees when I'm trying to like play a board game. I really just focus on the things in front of me that I'm really enjoying. If I know I'm coming from a good place, that I'm doing my best, nobody should judge me for that. Nobody should judge me for my weird knees when I'm like in a video. I don't know. Bro, that was all a whole, that was word salad. Normally I like to prepare my answers a little bit for these videos just to like save time for Courtney, who's editing this later. But unfortunately, there were so many questions. It took too long to screenshot them all, and I didn't get to prepare. And so now we're answering off the cuff. It's never a mission complete on becoming confident or getting over insecurities. Like new insecurities come and go all the time. Confidence can go away. You know the epic moment when you get humbled? Epic moment when you get humbled, but then you can get confident again, you know? I would love a tattoo walkthrough. I have some, and people always want to know the why behind them, and I thought your tattoos are so cool and interesting. I'd love to hear some of the reasoning behind them. I'm not gonna do like a full tattoo tour because it just feels a little too intimate. I think I said that the last time I was asked this. I once had this experience with someone who recognized me at an airport, and like basically what happened was I was sitting in an empty area in this airport. Nobody was around. So many people. safety pins everywhere when there's kitties running around.
Oh, this looks awesome. This looks so good.
Thanks.
This could straight up be like a good spot.
So there's so many empty seats around me. I have headphones in and I'm like, this is the airport, which means do not talk to me, but suddenly someone sits down and they are in my, like they turn and are like in my zone. And they were like, oh my God, are you Courtney? I just had to check your tattoos. It just made me feel so not like a person. It felt like I was a dog getting my collar checked. It made me uncomfortable. Whatever, but one I will show you guys. This one you guys would like to know about for sure. This is a Smosh tattoo. I knew I wanted to get like a lit match because it's such like a classic aesthetic. If you remember my trailer for Anthony's funeral roast, there's these matches being lit. The more I thought about it, because I like to, when I'm getting tattoos done, like think about why I'm getting them. The thing that I came to realize is that trailer is so special to me, and the symbolism of the matches igniting these characters. This was the same year Ian and Anthony came back together to buy Smosh, and like with each strike of that match, they're reigniting Smosh, and like at the same time, with each time that that match is being struck, it was kind of reigniting my love for this job. It means a lot to me. So there's that one. What parts of your favorite film / media were the tipping point to you wanting to get tattoos of them? Is it nostalgia, the messages behind them, or something else? Excited for the new video because I love this same crap. Thank you. I think I've learned about myself that I'm just like such a fan of things. What better way to express my feelings about these things that are so random and like part of me than literally putting them on my body? It's almost a way to get to know me. I'm adding to my energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a deer with camera lenses as eyes. I don't know, it's like vibe maxing. That's what it is. Tattoos are vibe maxing. Max your vibes out by vibe maxing. What do you like to do when you have a day off from Smosh or just a chill day? Love your energy. Thanks. What do I do on a day off? So wake up, try to go to the gym. I've been going to the gym like the most I've ever gone in my life. I like to start my day with that because then it's like the rest of the day still feels productive because it's like, bro, you went to the gym. That's a lot. If I don't have like work to do, if it's like a legit day off, I like playing Stardew Valley. I just got Sims 2 again. But it also just like makes me want to play more Sims 4. And now I'm gonna be doing things like making videos, hang out with my cats, vibing. Okay, all right, okay, let's get real. We're gonna get real now. I love going and eating at a restaurant. That's like my favorite thing. I know you've mentioned watching a lot of reality TV. Are there any other TV shows you're watching, or what are your favorite ones you've seen? I used to struggle a lot with watching reality TV, specifically when they get into really intense fights where people are just shouting over each other and not even hearing each other. It's a lot. I don't like when people fight and can't hear each other. It's so not helpful, and I feel it in my soul. Then I got into RuPaul's Drag Race, which I feel like was kind of a gateway back into reality TV, like real reality TV, because it had like a game. RuPaul's Drag Race changed my life for so many reasons. And then I tried to watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because I had to. Like growing up in a Mormon family, I had to check this out. It certainly wasn't what I was expecting. I wish Mormons were more like that when I grew up because maybe I would have been bullied less. Or more, actually. I don't know. And then I finally decided, after hearing so much about it and having so many people telling me to watch it, Vanderpump Rules. I have binged that entire show, all because I needed to see the infamous scandal. That was crazy. And now I'm watching The Traitors, which is incredible television. I greatly admire how comfortable you are in expressing your interests / hobbies. I feel sometimes I struggle with that. How do you gain confidence in expressing interests / hobbies and not feeling like you could be judged? Love you. Damn. Yeah, that's real. It's hard sometimes. I feel like people who are afraid of being judged are people who were in environments that they were a lot, even especially when they didn't deserve it. Something that you enjoy doing, especially if it doesn't harm anyone, is certainly nothing to be judged about. It should be celebrated. And so I'm sorry you feel that way. And I feel that a lot too. I had put together like a little presentation seminar for when we had a bunch of new cast members in the last like couple years. The whole presentation was about like social media, basically telling everybody like, hey, you're iconic, you're amazing. People care about what you like to do. I think that's true for people who aren't trying to be YouTubers or trying to be anything online. If you feel like you want to share that with people, dude, share it. I feel like a lot of elements of my life, including my job, have subconsciously given me permission to share more, because it's like every time I shared a little bit about myself, myself, I was met with such positivity from this community and from the people in my life. Also, I think people get afraid of, don't need to rub it in my face. Why is it your whole personality that you like crocheting? People are allowed to talk about themselves and the things that they like, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of talking about yourself and taking up space and enjoying those things. You're awesome. You're interesting. If anybody's made you feel like you're not and you shouldn't take up space and you shouldn't share things about yourself, that doesn't sound like a very nice person. So yeah, post a picture of your mashed potato art. What is one thing you would tell a small YouTuber to do or change that you regret or wish you did? So aside from the usual advice people give, my position is just, it's not relatable, and I feel like it's not a very common experience with like how I had my YouTube channel and how it was like made for me by a company. But the version of me that wasn't at a company and did have a channel where I uploaded all the time, I feel like I did it right. I was just making what I wanted to make, and I didn't even know until years later that everyone at school thought I was weird for my videos. And that's fine. One thing I'd say and just reiterate is people can always take something you did or like and make it seem stupid. Anyone can do that to anything, and anything will look lovely or amazing to somebody else. This past year has been huge in terms of everything you and the Smosh crew have achieved. That's really nice. They said congrats, by the way. What are your goals or expectations for this year for you and or the crew? I love this. You're kind of like a journalist. That was a really good question. This year is gonna be an awesome year. I'm really excited. Things that are coming, you guys can't even, you're not even gonna freaking believe what's coming. My goals are to stay creative. I really want to get better as a host, hone in on my hosting skills on shows, like not just doing a shitty intro on a games video where Spencer has to hand me the manual.
You want to look over, so this is
I've never had this happen to me before.
let's read the,
Gave me the manual.
just read the script.
I think anyone
Stick to the lines, no improv.
No.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Teams take turns rotating a dial to where they...
You know, after almost 10 years now, be more of like a representative for Smosh. Yeah, honestly, just like keep doing what I'm doing, but more of it, and just keep learning and not let my job take over my life as it has in the past. Honestly, I'm in love with your makeup. It looks so simple and flawless. When did you start to learn it, and you have any tips for beginners? I will say I'll definitely be doing videos on this channel like where I'm doing my makeup and like showing you guys tips and tricks, so be on the lookout for that. When I first started Smosh, I was not good at makeup, girl. I had horrible acne, and for a lot of the content at Smosh, we didn't have a makeup artist. I did this whole video, by the way, about my skincare journey, so please check that one out. I worked really hard on it. My acne was so bad, I looked up how to do makeup, and Nikki Tutorials taught me everything I knew from the very beginning. But we'll do more content about all that stuff in the future. Please, I have to know where you mostly buy your clothes. Your fashion sense is everything. Maybe I can do a closet tour at some point. I'm really all over the place. I truly think of like, I need a white turtleneck, and I will search the internet. I don't have like a usual brand. There is an Instagram account called like Smosh Style that will usually like find where everybody on our cast has gotten stuff that they've worn, and they're accurate most of the time. So if you're ever curious, would you ever start your own podcast? I would love to hear you talk more about your journey with makeup, fashion, music, directing, etc. That's such a good question. Just buckle up. What is your morning routine, and what motivates you to start your day with such a busy life? I have learned that I need to wake up early. Otherwise, I'm a useless human being. Obviously, when you have a full-time job, you have to wake up early. It's literally a 9 to 5. Having a routine for the morning, it is important, and I'm new to it. I like realized I need to be better at it. If I set myself up the day before with I know what I'm gonna do, because I just when God, it's like I'm literally still actively working on this, so it's like difficult to even articulate, but it's just a normal routine, really. I feel like I just get up, I wash my face, I take forever to figure out what I want to wear. I never plan my outfits the night before. I cannot do it because I don't know who I'm gonna be the next day. We can talk about this in another video. I would love to know more about your gym routine. Do you lift weights? What's your split? What other exercise do you do? I don't know. What's your split? Does that mean like can I do the splits, or is that like my mile time? I am moderately flexible, but I mostly, so yes, I lift weights. I used to do a lot of yoga, specifically in the pandemic, and like, oh my God, changed my life. And I try to do it a little bit here and there, but it's really just a lot of weightlifting and like a little bit of cardio. I will probably do some kind of workout fitness video video on here in the future too. When you first joined Smosh, how did you cope with being in the spotlight at such a young age, and how did you adapt to it as you grew older? Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I consumed a lot of YouTube growing up, and so when I auditioned for Smosh, I really knew what the vibe was gonna be. Obviously, like, I hadn't had a ton of experience on sets and like in productions and stuff. I honestly, looking back, think that was an advantage that I like was a YouTube fan before I joined Smosh. Nothing could prepare me though for how I was received from the beginning, even on Vine. So I was used to comments, but Smosh's comments, I mean, it was a lot of people having a lot of inappropriate things to say about me, and it was like, it literally is a cold plunge of like, whoa, guess this is happening. One thing that I wish for me back then and that I try to make sure is there for every new cast member is like preparing new people for that kind of thing and being support. It's such a rare experience, maybe not so rare anymore, but growing up, it's kind of like I really loved YouTube and saw that for myself. I think maybe that made me more willing to like adapt. YouTube can be a lot. The internet can be a lot. It can be really scary, and I feel like I've benefited from a situation where I don't necessarily have to deal with it alone. This group is so incredible at supporting each other. Camaraderie is very important. I feel very, very fortunate to be where I'm at. I can't believe how many people submitted questions for this. I'm so sorry I couldn't get to all of your questions, but just know that if you feel like you asked a really good one, but for some reason it wasn't in this video, then it's more than likely I'm going to be talking about that subject in another video, maybe on another channel, who knows? I love you guys so much. I hope to see you through this screen, whether it's on Smosh Pit or games or wherever. This is just the beginning, and I'm excited to keep uploading and keep hanging out and vibe maxing with you guys. Max your vibes out by vibe maxing. If there's other videos that you think I should do, put them in the comments. I like to think of my own ideas so that it's me doing all the work and not you guys. But if you have an idea that you think I should know, put it down there. Bones, do you want to say goodbye? Bones is gonna give you guys a goodbye stretch. Yeah, you've been blessed. Oh, it smells so good. It's like salty dust. I love it. Okay guys, see you on the next one. Okay, so wait, so what's a split?
A split is how you organize like your workout routine. So it's like push pull legs, you do upper body one day, lower body the next day.
Okay, so it's not
doing the splits.
something that you don't know how to do.
I can do one of those splits.
One
but
of
I can't
the
do.
splits?
Like I can
Oh,
I can
you can
split up my
split up
week.
your workout. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.